kick back, relax.
This thing on?
It's on.
Hey guys. Welcome to Miss Robin's Nerd Life. And you know what? I don't think you've properly been on Miss Robin's.
No.
Like you've been in vlogs. You've been in like some vlogs.
We went to the, because we went to that cool.
We went to that 5 Points Festival.
Yeah, the 5 Points Festival.
And we went to Supernatural Con.
Yes.
But this is like our first video where we're like sitting in a studio. And we're going to talk, speaking of Supernatural Convention.
Speaking of Supernatural Convention.
We want to talk about the episode.
You can see by the I'm making.
We've been filming all day, first of all, so we're getting a little
with little kids' toys too. So we're like,
but we figured we'd sit here. This should be easy. We want to talk about the awesome episode last week of Supernatural. Now, did it have a name? I didn't bother to check.
Wasn't it called Wayward Sisters?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it was called Wayward Sisters. Was it called Wayward Sisters?
Should we IMDb this?
Yes, quick.
Okay.
Let's see who can IMDb faster. Yeah. You probably have it
might,
because
I have it in my search. Supernatural.
I was going to call it Jurassic.
Oh, that was what we were
because I thought I kept thinking like a T-Rex was going.
Wayward Sisters. Okay,
it was Wayward Sisters.
It was called Wayward Sisters. And we've been waiting like for the last few months for this episode.
Since we heard them talking about it at Supernatural Con in September.
Yes, and it's what they call a backdoor pilot. It's when they launch like a new series within the current series, and I'm just so excited about this. I don't know about you. I know about you, but
I mean, I was excited before, but then we went to the con and we heard Brianna Buckmeister and Kim Rhodes speak.
We were just sitting there like bawling, and like
so they are such strong, amazing women. Funny, awesome,
inspiring, strong.
Yeah, like we didn't expect to go to that con and come out so inspired.
So inspired.
Yeah.
And they're like best friends now too. Just like, and they're
like
blonde and a brunette.
Blonde and a brunette.
It's just so funny. Like we were, and like one's a little bit older than the other.
Yep.
It was just really funny. We got pictures taken with them, and that was so crazy and surreal.
Oh, I need to go get the picture.
I have to put a picture in here.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna put the picture.
I'll put a picture.
That picture is one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. It's in my living room.
It's
so where I can see it all the time, and it makes me smile.
So, you know, and there were a lot of women at this con, and there were a lot of the women from the show at this con. Yeah. So it was really like cool to see all that girl power. Yeah. And so it just made us even more excited that these two characters and actresses that we love are going to be getting their own show.
I know, and it's not just them. So it's not just Donna and Jodie. So if you're a Supernatural fan, remember that like over the years, Jodie's took in Claire because Jimmy and his wife are gone. They're both in heaven together.
Well, Jimmy is Cass.
Jimmy is Cass, but but then his vessel went boom
like 5 times.
5 times.
Or something.
So he got to go be in heaven with his wife, with Claire's mom.
There was that whole scene. That was so sweet.
Yeah, but that meant that Claire is alone. Yes. And she's a tough girl. Yeah. And then Alex,
who is living with vampires.
Yep. Poor kid. And then we met Patience earlier. At the beginning, wasn't she in the first season?
I think
episode?
So. Patience came along. She was
She's Missouri. She's Missouri's granddaughter.
And she is a psychic, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And they brought her back in I think another episode along the way too.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's kind
of. And then we met Kaya.
Kaya was one of the most recent ones.
Yes. And
she's what they call a dream walker, right? Yep. That was pretty cool too. So you have people who have kind of like supernatural powers, and then people who are hunters, and people who are just have been exposed to the supernatural life. Yeah. Like Alex.
I mean, Jodie and Donna didn't, they didn't set out to be hunters. They weren't raised as hunters. They came to the hunting life later in life.
Yes.
And luckily they were able to meet the Winchesters and learn how to hunt. Yeah. And
they got really good.
Donna's arsenal was awesome.
Oh my gosh. That scene where this is going to be full of spoilers too. Yeah. So sorry if you haven't watched it yet. It's been over a week.
Stop.
That's your fault.
Hit stop.
Go watch it. It's awesome. Yeah. So Donna like opens up her trunk. She's like, here's a weapon for you, and a weapon for you, and a weapon for you.
She was like Oprah giving out cars. And then she's like, does anybody know how to use a flamethrower? And she's got that great Minnesota accent.
And then the one girl's like, why do you have all this stuff? And she's like, I'm from Minnesota. Like, it was just the greatest, like, just deadpan. Like, she's so good.
Oh, she's so funny. And what's really funny is having seen Brianna Buckmeister.
She's nothing like her character.
She's nothing like Donna.
She's just so, like...
She's just talented.
She's, like...
talented.
So vivacious and just, like... I mean, she's so cool.
Yeah.
She's so...
And Kim Rhodes isn't really like Jodie either.
No.
Yeah, she's like way more...
She looks like a little punk rocker.
She does.
I think it's because the song she sang.
Yeah, and Jodie's got the whole mom thing going on.
Yeah. They're just so cool.
And how much did you want to die when she said, I can't lose another kid?
I know.
Because, Jodie's backstory is probably one of the most tragic backstories in Supernatural.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
That was a long time ago on
Supernatural, that's one
too.
of, like, what is that, like
Early
season 4
something like that.
We meet her? I think we met Jodie before we met Cass.
Maybe, yeah, because she loses her family.
Well, she had lost her son to cancer.
And then she loses her husband.
And, because her son ate him.
Oh, yeah.
It's in that one where the people come back to life,
the whole town
they're but it turns out they're zombies.
And Bobby's wife came back.
Yeah. But they go bad.
Yeah.
And she comes down to the kitchen and finds her son eating her husband.
Gross.
It's like the most horrible, horrible,
pretty
gross, nasty. But sad.
Yeah, just sad. But like she turned like this tragedy into like something so amazing, like by taking in Claire and then Alex and then just kicking so much butt.
Yes.
And just being there for Sam and Dean all the time.
Yeah.
And for Bobby back in the day. And, you know, she's just so cool. She's just one of my favorite characters on that show, period. She's so awesome.
And I think why I love Donna is because, you know, Donna is she's comic relief, but... and they especially showed it in Wayward Sisters.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Donna.
Oh, no.
And I like that because I'm kind of a person that, because I am sometimes vivacious and like I'm optimistic and I'm perky and I'm like, you know, I think people underestimate my strength. Yeah. Which could, you know, sometimes it's good if people underestimate you. But, you know, just if you're a happy, perky, vivacious kind of person, doesn't mean that you're not a fighter and that you're not strong. And it also doesn't mean that you don't have like a darker side, you know, and pain. Yeah, yeah. You know, Donna has pain, and
and that's how we met her too. She was just lost her husband. And she was going through all that, and she was eating a donut.
Oh my gosh! And I love that the when she talked about like what Jensen said to her because she does this, the first scene she does with them, she like bites into a donut, and it said in the script, you know, Donna bites into the donut, and she was like, you know, she like really, and it's a powdered sugar donut, and the guys were like, after the take, they were like, man, you really went for it, and she was like, and then it's so cute because she and Dean both have like powdered sugar on their faces the whole time they're talking.
So cute.
But I love Donna because she's not like, and this is what I love about. I think it's important that they are creating female characters that are not one-dimensional.
No, not at all. None of these ladies are. I mean, we're only just getting to know Kaya and Patience, but they've really started them out, I think, pretty strongly, too. Like, they gave them their own episodes. They gave them a backstory. And I think they did a really good job with both of them, introducing them to this, too. And the others have popped up here and there. You know, Alex and Claire. And Claire's been around for forever, it feels like, too. Yeah. And Claire's realization that, you know, Claire's been trying to run away and be on her own. Yeah. And I think that's the whole coming of age thing. That opening scene with her was so cool, too. She just, that was so cool. Yes. And I like that they, you know, they show the softness of just like, what, we're huggers now? That was pretty funny. That was a funny line. But, you know, there's as women, we're not one-dimensional. And very often in shows, on television, we are, the characters are very one-dimensional, or maybe they have two dimensions. But we're so much more than that. You know why? Because we're people. We're actually people. Yeah. And I love that they're going to show them as people with conflicting thoughts, feelings, responsibilities. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of women who are not just two-dimensional on TV now, but not in this kind of role, I think. And that's what is not new, in an action role. I think. Exactly, like more of an action role that's not like, you know, like when we grew up, you had like Jamie Summers and Wonder Woman, and they were cool, but they still were pretty much like all about being like, when they weren't the hero, they were like, oh, my boyfriend. And, you know, there was a lot of that going on back in the day. And I just feel like there's so much more to these women now.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and I think sometimes we end up like the character that Ming-Na plays on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she's just hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they've never shown that there's any softness in there. And every human being has softness. Yeah. But it's almost like they're afraid that if they show that she has a real soft side, that then they've, like, just done away with all of, like, you know, how much of a bad butt she is. Yeah. And that's so not true.
Yeah, yeah. They don't want to show that. Yeah, didn't they introduce her mom or something at one point?
Yeah.
And it was, like, so weird to see that she had all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to her having that at all.
No, but she was still pretty, you know, still pretty hardcore about it.
Yeah. So I really like that about these characters, though. They're just so... And they're doing all this crazy stuff, but they're still really relatable.
Yes.
Which is cool because, you know, they're coming together.
I love Donna's instructions about because she gave patience the shotgun. Which, you know, if you've never shot before, the shotgun is the right thing to give somebody. Giving somebody who's never shot a gun before a pistol, they're not going to hit anything, right? But a shotgun, you have a chance of getting some, you know, buckshot or something into somebody. It's not like in the movies and TV, you don't grab like a handgun and just pull the trigger. No. The first time you do it, you're like, because they have a kick. Yeah. Whereas with a shotgun, because you get to brace it against your body and it has like a spread pattern.
Interesting.
Like when she said, aim for the middle and pull the trigger. And she said, squeeze the trigger, don't pull it. Yeah. Because that's what you do. Yeah, if you pull, the other thing is if you pull a trigger, then you also, it shoots too fast and you're not ready. When you squeeze it slowly, you're like more braced and ready for the explosion. So there's a whole thing. Cool. But patience.
She got it.
Oh wait,
and then she was...
Okay, go ahead.
No, she was, I think at the end, right? She was like, I shot something.
She's like, I shot a monster. So okay. Cool. Can we talk about the monsters from The Bad Place for a second?
Oh my gosh.
They had those mouths.
Those were so creepy.
I hate those mouths.
Those were like something weird.
Those are like crab Doctor mouths. Who. You know, like crabs have mouths like that?
Have,
I can't look at crabs' mouths. Yeah.
It was really gross.
It was their mouths completely. Anything mouth that goes this way.
It was probably the grossest thing they've ever had on Supernatural.
Yeah, they really went for it.
They really went for it. And I wonder if that's what we're going to be seeing on this show. Because
they dissected it. Because Alex was like, well, let's see what we're dealing with. Because she's in the medical field now.
Because, which also I thought was really cool. Like, they kind of like gave everyone a role.
Yeah.
Like, and her role is that she's a doctor. So she's like going to
Well, she's not a doctor. She's a nursing assistant
or something.
Yeah.
That's
she looks like a ward clerk or
Yes, it was very Scully. Medical background. Mm-hmm. But because like the idea is that they're going to be living in Sioux Falls and there's like this tear in the universe there now, so there's going to be monsters popping out every week.
Yep.
So I wonder if they're going to be really gross.
Well, I think the tear closed, but they don't know how many things came through. They don't know what else came through. Yeah. So there's just the general monsters anyway. Because
there was that big monster on the other side where Dean and Sam were having a campfire.
Oh my God! When Dean went back for the lizard,
he's like, when Sam's like, don't say it tastes like, he's like, tastes like lizard.
Tastes like lizard. I do a really great Dean impression because Gracie and I we LARP and I play Sam, Dean, and Castiel in our LARP. So funny. And she plays Danganronpa people, and I do the best Dean now. I'm like, Sammy.
That is pretty good.
Isn't that good? I do real good. Yeah.
Sam.
Tastes like lizard.
Dean. And they're just always Sam.
Yeah.
Dean.
Sam. Dean.
It's like the whole show. Yeah. It's like half the script every episode.
Yep. It's almost like Titanic. Have you ever seen the YouTube video where they just do all the cuts of them saying each other's names?
No.
Until I saw that video, I never realized how many times they say Rose and Jack. How many times they say it. Go look up the video, like, you know, Rose and Jack. Do you not like Titanic?
Hate Titanic.
Oh my God, I love Titanic.
Hate it.
Love Titanic. Love it.
It's okay.
It's okay. We can still be friends. You like Star Wars, I like Star Trek.
It's a thing.
But we love Supernatural. Wayward Sisters. #Wayward
excited
Sisters.
About this show. And it's just going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
And I just really hope it gets all the support it needs. And what's also cool is that it's really a fan-driven launch here. Yep. I just was reading an article about that. It's something the fans wanted, and the fans have really just lifted Supernatural and made it the phenomenon that it is. And I really didn't even know about that until we joined the SPN family
last year.
Yeah. Like, so cool.
Yeah, and now we're like so entrenched.
We're just yeah, we're obsessed.
But I also feel like I've been there forever now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, even though
we haven't been.
Always been a part of it.
Yeah. So cool. Wayward Sisters, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was just so cool. I can't wait to see more of it. I hope they give it a good time slot.
Yeah. Strong, multi-layered women.
Oh, it's gonna be so
if they can just put it on, if it's not going to run concurrently with Supernatural, if they could run it like after Supernatural. Supernatural's on at 8. If they could run it at 9.
Yeah.
Well, but Arrow right now runs.
Arrow on Thursday.
So they might have to run it on a different night.
Yeah.
When does Flash on?
Flash is on Tuesdays. And they just had Black Lightning on Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't watch that yet.
Really good.
Yeah.
I really like
I
that.
had to get caught up on Flash. Should I get caught up on Arrow, or did Arrow jump the shark? I felt like Arrow jumped the shark when we had like a whole new team.
Yeah, I really just don't care about the new team that much.
Yeah, I can't get into them at all.
I'm not going to say it's terrible, but I just really don't like those characters as much.
Okay, so it's not just me.
But, like, I liked Speedy better, like having her around. Yeah. And, you know, John Barrowman around. And
I know.
It's just, the new one, like, I do like the nerd guy.
Yeah.
That's Felicity's friend. But I don't like the other people as much.
I am impressed with his ability to braid his hair.
Well, I guess. But
it's like he's got superhuman hair braiding because he goes from having an afro to having his hair in braids.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
how the heck does he do that? That's not fast. That's not something you do fast.
He probably has a machine that does it because he's like a super tech genius.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The little things I notice, these are the things, I always look at stuff a little too literally. I'm like, how the heck did he cornrow his hair that fast?
Yeah. But I still like Flash and I like Supergirl.
I have to watch more Supergirl.
And I really liked the pilot for Black Lightning, so you guys should check that out.
I'll check that out.
I thought that was really cool. The guy who
just so many superhero shows.
Black Lightning is Miranda Bailey's husband from
her first husband? Oh my gosh.
I'm like, that's Tuck.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I've been watching? Because I got Hulu again, and ER's on Hulu now. So now I'm back in time watching ER.
I watched all of Grey's Anatomy again, and then I started ER. It's so good.
It still holds up.
It holds up. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It's like the world's longest video.
I know, and it's so random, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's so cool. It was so interesting. I'm like, wow.
See, we should have a podcast.
Yeah, we should. Do you guys think we should?
Should we do a podcast?
Or should we just have?
Or should we just do videos like this and you can just listen to them?
Just listen to them.
Yeah, you don't have to actually be watching this. This could be a podcast.
The ER, I was just watching it and thinking like, man, they got it so much easier now at Seattle Grace than they did at Chicago.
Oh my gosh, because they've got all this technical stuff. But you know, oh my gosh, I almost died though because like I was watching an episode where he's like, have you ever seen a Whipple? And I was like, oh, the Whipple! That's a big thing. But you know what was really interesting? I just read an article last night. So you know what? It's okay. Have you watched the pilot of ER recently?
Yeah, I just watched it.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So at the end of that episode, were you like, so Carol's dead, but you know Carol's not dead because you watched the show. Yeah. But I'm watching the episode and I'm thinking, but how? So here's what it is. Carol did die in the pilot. So there is no, they make it very clear that she's dead in the pilot. Or was
she just like...
No, because she has no brain function. Oh. Right? And all of the levels, this article was really cool. Yeah. All of the levels that they quoted and the D something or other of her brain basically means she's dead. Yeah. Okay? But she tested so well. People loved the character of Carol Hathaway so much that they decided but they didn't reshoot anything because that would have cost money. So they just didn't have her in. They just sort of wrote this thing where like, have you gone? And there's sort of that.
I just watched that episode last night.
And then she shows up that she's alive, and they never explain how the heck she went from being basically brain dead, like a vegetable, to being 6 months. They jump forward 6 months.
You know how they did it? George Clooney smooched her when she woke up.
Yeah,
that would wake anybody.
You know, George Clooney wasn't as cute when he was young. I wouldn't.
And they make such a big deal about it.
I know.
Like at least 7 different patients, and only 2 episodes that I watched. They're like, he's so handsome.
He didn't do it for me. Once he started going gray, I liked him more. But Noah Wyle, I've always loved Noah Wyle.
So cute.
He still is. He still is. Like I loved him in Falling Skies.
Oh yeah.
And The Librarian.
He's in that?
Yeah, he's in the movies The Librarian, and then the Librarian show is Rebecca Romaine.
I was just wondering what he's been up to.
Yeah. So and then sometimes he shows up and he does guest appearances on The Librarians.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, and I started rewatching Warehouse 13. Love Warehouse 13.
I started rewatching Buffy. So we have a lot of TV things we can talk about.
We could.
I know.
We could talk about, oh man, Buffy.
We could do this.
We could do this.
You know, do you guys watch any of these shows? Let us know. Let us know if you're
If you want us
about...
to, because Miss Robin's going to be coming over every week to film toys. Yeah. So every week we could talk about Supernatural and our fandoms.
And all the stuff we like to geek out about. Mm-hmm. It'll be awesome. Yeah. What are you guys geeking out about right now? What are you binging?
Turn us on to something.
You know, so that we don't just watch... There's a lot of episodes of ER.
Like 380-something episodes of ER.
I don't tend to watch them all at once like I did Grey's Anatomy. And Supernatural.
I don't know. I don't know. I've got too many things going on, and then there's new episodes of shows that I actually watch.
I spent last week trying to get caught up on stuff. So it's a lot of good stuff to watch out there. I just watched Handmaid's Tale. So good.
Yeah, I don't know
up
if
on
I'm
the
gonna
Runaways.
watch it or not. Oh no, the Runaways I gotta watch.
So good.
By the way, book recommendation.
Oh.
A History of Witches.
Oh yeah, I just put that on my Goodreads list.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. That was so good. Following a family of women who happened to be witches across a very large swath of time in England. Awesome. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I looked that up after you were talking about it. Okay, see? I do that.
Mm-hmm. See?
We do that to each other. We get each other hooked on things.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
That's what friends do.
That's what good friends do.
All right. We've talked about enough random things here, so yeah.
Hashtag Wayward Sisters, man.
Yes, it's gonna happen. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for make sure you hit that subscribe, because I'm planning on doing more here on Miss Robin's Nerd Life and getting this channel going again. And you can check out our other channel that we're starting together too, or restarting, called Kids Toy Surprise, and the Mommy and Gracie Show, and Mommy's Style Corner, and This Is Life. And there's just so many things that if you enjoy us, you can check out.
You can find us in all kinds of places.
All over the YouTube.
Yes, we like the YouTubes.
So yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for being awesome. Bye.
Bye. That was fun.